What's up everyone, I'm Dan, and today I'm going to be talking about She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Now She-Hulk stars Tatiana Maslany as Jennifer Walters, a rising lawyer who is also the cousin of Bruce Banner, the Hulk. After a car accident leaves both Jen and Bruce injured, some of his blood mixes with hers, and soon after Jen realizes that she's got that Hulk gene in her too. Now the series as a whole starts off a bit slowly, just as any origin story usually is, as the audience is introduced to the characters and Jen's world in her new law firm. From the beginning, She-Hulk was said to be a sitcom in a similar vein to Ally McBeal but with superheroes, and I think it works for the most part. We're introduced to some really funny new characters like Madison, two N's, one Y, but not what you think, and some old favourites like Wong, Tim Roth as the Abomination, and everyone's favourite two-horned crime fighter. For me, the show felt like a battle of personalities from Jen's perspective. It felt the more that She-Hulk was wanted, whether it was by her employer, in her dating life, or any other aspect, it seemed as though Jen was being pushed out, as she thought being Jen just maybe wasn't enough for everyone. The episodes for the most part stand on their own, as we're introduced to the weird and wonderful world of the MCU from a slightly more grounded perspective, I guess you could say. There weren't any threats to the universe or to the world as a whole in this show, and it stayed primarily focused on Jen coming to terms with the fact that she now has these new powers. Her world is now changed and it's not something that she can run from. She-Hulk is a very funny show that isn't afraid to make fun of itself and make fun of certain section of the internet, which again I found hilarious, and I'm glad the show writers were able to take jabs back at some of these so-called fans. The use of fourth wall breaking is also used well and usually delivers some useful information to catch the audience up to further the plot or to drop a punchline. It's probably the funniest thing we've seen in the MCU, and rightly so, as that was what they were going for from the beginning, and it suits the character. I have to say, if I had a favourite episode, and I don't want this to come across like I didn't enjoy the other episodes, because I really did, but episode 8 really did it for me. We finally got to see Daredevil in his classic red and gold suit, some really cool acrobatic fight scenes, and the chemistry between Jen and Matt was just so good. It was a really tight episode, and just when you thought things were about to end, it pulled you back in just to unravel a little bit more. I almost wish the finale did this. There is, however, a big what the hell moment in the final episode that does some crazy fourth wall breaking. Deadpool, move aside. It's both genius and hilarious. I could not stop laughing for a good while, and the more it went on, the more I laughed, as I couldn't believe what was happening. So many little Easter eggs to troll fans with, it dropped so many fan talking points while throwing up some of it on its own, but honestly, the way I would describe this last episode was genius. It threw all comic book movie or TV show tropes out of the window, and while I feel it won't work for everyone because it was really weird and meta, I thought it fitted the tone of the rest of the series. My biggest issue with this episode, which goes back to what I mentioned before with the whole idea of personality, is that this show in a way glosses over the way that people treat both Jen and She-Hulk. And although it touches on it in previous episodes, it doesn't really allow the character to express how she feels about being She-Hulk and give a satisfying conclusion to that. Now, I said in a way glosses over this issue because, like I said before, they do talk about it in previous episodes here and there, and even in this one they leave a little hint as to where the character is going, but I just feel like they could have done it in depth a little bit more. Another issue with the episode's runtime as a whole though, it sort of rushed things through at the end, and the episodes as a whole definitely needed more time to breathe. Now, I almost forgot about the beginning of the final episode. Again, hilarious, but absolutely fantastic. And I almost wish they started every episode like that. All in all, I really enjoyed She-Hulk. While I wanted a bit more in some aspects, I loved that we got to see this character come alive on screen. I think Tatiana Maslany is perfect for the role and can't wait to see where the character goes next in the MCU. The series as a whole is a must-watch for any MCU fan that's looking for something a little bit more lighthearted, and for those who want to get to know the character of She-Hulk. She-Hulk Attorney at Law, the complete series, is available to watch now on Disney+. Have you watched it yet? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time.